I am here to talk to you about how I attracted my audience with my Blam magazine, which is a grime genre. Okay, so firstly looking at the masthead. So we've got masthead is of black and yellow house colours. These are the house colours of the magazine, which associates with the intertextual reference of the Wiz Khalifa song Black and Yellow, which was a popular hip-hop or urban track recent, which would basically appeal to young urban teenagers as they would be talking about this track within their social groups and would have heard this song before, so they will understand the implicit intertextual reference made by the use of these two specific house colours. As you can see, we've also got the URL of the magazine within the masthead. This will appeal to young teenagers who are considered to be the digital generation, as they'll be able to enter this URL into their computer and access any additional content or interviews within the magazine. Okay, so also with the typeface I use for the masthead, it's very broken and tarnished and raw. This is to convey representations of the grime genre as being raw and urban, originating from the urban streets of London. And also the cracks in it are also shown to represent implicitly the breaking through of young artists, so it's almost breaking through the typeface. This also again portrays the ideologies associated with the magazine, or conveyed by the magazine, which is to publicise and invest in young grime talent. Okay, moving on to the main image. It's got nice direct mode of address here. Although this conforms to the direct mode of address of main images in most hip hop and grime magazines. For example, if I show you, basically in XXL or other magazines such as RWD have a direct mode of address which is very hostile. However, instead of this, we have a very softer direct mode of address in order to portray the artist as being very inspirational and driven in order to achieve what he loves best. Once again, the artist is of black ethnicity, which associates the artist with social groups of young urban teenagers, especially in urban areas of London. This allows them to relate and identify with the artist, which will appeal to young urban teenagers as they aspire to be like their favourite grime, who ideologically create their own grime products or mixtapes in order to aspire to be like their favourite grime artists. Okay, so also in the props, the mise-en-scène, we have the hat as well, which is coloured tailor-made to the house colours, the black and yellow house colours of the magazine, which again associates with the intertextual reference of the Wiz Khalifa song Black and Yellow. Once again, also he's wearing a black top. The colour black contains connotations of the grime genre as being heavily reliant on lyrical talent and creativity rather than persona. Also, looking at the banner, okay, the banner is centered to the middle of the page, which subverts the conventions of a typical grime or hip-hop magazine. Once again, it's using the house colours of the magazine, black and yellow. The fact that this is the same house colours and font as the magazine itself, typeface as the magazine itself, shows that this is an up-and-coming artist and that he's not credible enough to have his own typeface or slogan. Therefore, he and also suggests that if it wasn't for the magazine, he wouldn't be able to be as successful as he is today. Okay, looking at the tagline of the banner, I'm about to tear it up. As you can see here, the text is slightly smaller, which is conventional of the grime magazine, of a grime or any magazine. Also again, it's within the yellow typeface, which basically shows the representations of the intertextual reference of the grime genre of the Wiz Khalifa song Black and Yellow. Um, Once again, I'm about to tear it up. Tear it up is a use of language features, which basically is of language that is an expression that many young urban teenagers would use, which allows them to relate and identify with the audience, with the magazine, as it's something that they would say within their own social groups. As you can see down here, we've got a little banner down here, which is conventional of only grime magazines, or specifically grime and hip-hop magazines, who state their artists down the bottom of their page, of the credible artists that the audience will recognise in order to, that will be involved within the content of the magazine. This will appeal to young urban teenagers who will be interested in seeing the content about their favourite grime artists as they are inspired and aspire to be like them. Okay, moving on to the taglines, or taglines across the page. We've got Def Jam Rap Style, which is a huge hip hop or grime record label. This will also be recognised by the audience demographic, who have a wide knowledge of the genre. Also down here, this is another use of colloquial language. Down here where it says Lethal Bizzle, how to stay dench. Dench is created by Lethal Bizzle in order to, it's kind of a swagger type thing, a colloquialism used within the grime genre. This will be recognised and appreciated by the audience of young urban teenagers, as they'll be able to identify that with something that they would also say within their own social groups. Once again, this is black and white, which is different to the house colours of the magazine. I felt that this would associate the taglines as being very raw and very effective in conveying the ideologies of the magazine being about lyrical talent, as black and white basically connotes, suggests that conveys the grime, the classic roots of the grime genre. And also how the ideologies associated with grime, as it's all about lyrical talent and creativity rather than persona. Okay, lastly, what you can see here is we've got a barcode and the price tag clearly shown on the front of the magazine. This is a huge subversion against the conventional layout of a grime or hip hop magazine. This is due to my survey. Basically, my survey, I asked how much my target audience would pay for the magazine, and they said a maximum of £3. Price and barcode of the magazine relates to the target audience that I'm trying to draw in, which is young teenagers who are seen to have disposable income in order to buy the magazine. And also, because of my magazine will be distributed in things like JD and Foot Locker, it will be able to reach the target audience of young urban teenagers, as they will typically shop for their clothes there. Okay, so that is my front cover. I'm now going to show you the finished article of my contents page. Okay, no, sorry, that one. This is my contents page, the finished article of my contents page. Okay, so once again, we've got the black background and the black and yellow typeface on the masthead of the contents page. Once again, this clearly shown before. This relates to the intertextual reference to the Wiz Khalifa song Black and Yellow. Okay, once again, we've within the typeface, the headings. They've all got the same. All the font used is either consist of black or yellow colours, which is coherent with the typeface of the house colours of the magazine. As you can see here, I've split it up into a layout of features, hype interviews, and then regulars. So this should basically go. This creates a narrative for the reader in order to consider reading the features first, then the hype interviews, and then the regulars. So the features are On the Road with Tiny. This allows young teenagers will be specifically drawn to this, as they want to an inside artists, as they aspire to be like them. Again, How to Stay Dench with Lethal Bizzle. This is basically coherently used on the front cover, so this relates to the front cover tagline. Dappy Talks Fresh Crepes. Okay, this is another use of the specific a colloquialism specific to the audience of young urban teenagers, which will also allow the audience to relate and identify with the magazine and this specific feature article. Okay, also then we've got hype interviews. This is basically represented as a column within the the magazine. This is something I've learnt from the RWD range of magazines, who always